absolutely brilliant at what he does.
And he's very good at what exactly. So you're going to have an inaugural podcast category,
and you don't have.
It just speaks to living in the blue sky bubble. Yeah. Like, get out of your bubble, you know? I want to be one of you. I am one of you. But you're just so hard to defend because you're just such fucking smug assholes. And this town is the epicenter of the problem. It really is. I just got a Golden Globe nomination for the one I did.
Oh, really?
That's yesterday.
How often do you get nominated for your specials?
Nothing. I used to get nominated for everything, and then the wokeness came in, and then I was considered conservative. Which
are you bad?
Ridiculous. So I was what I call soft cancel.
Bill Maher has turned his attention toward Hollywood, and he isn't holding back. He strongly criticizes the entertainment industry for pushing political messaging that he believes has damaged culture instead of improving it. His comments are blunt, forceful, and unapologetic. Maher makes it clear that he thinks these choices have come with serious consequences. So make sure you're subscribed, because this conversation gets straight to the point.
I want to do something next year about celebrities. Not to get too political, but they just make it worse.
Your whole career.
No, I mean with you guys. They just make it worse. Celebrities do when they speak, and they're almost always on one side of the political divide.
Yes,
and that's basically the side I vote for. You know, as I always say to my woke friends, we voted for the same person. You're just why she lost. I could gather, and I think I will, because it'll be funny. Just the incredibly stupid things that celebrities say about politics or finance or something.
Yeah, we're bad.
And then, so if you're like the person out there going, well, how can you live on $100 million a year? Vote Kamala Harris. That's the game.
Maher takes aim at celebrities who publicly back presidential candidates without truly understanding the facts or the political reality. He admits that he voted for Kamala Harris, but says he always believed she was likely to lose. According to Maher, her failure to clearly distance herself from unpopular woke politics made her an easy target for voter backlash. He says this weakness was obvious long before Election Day. Maher claims he repeatedly warned both Harris and the Democratic National Committee that voters were growing frustrated, but his concerns were ignored. Instead of facing reality, party leaders chose comfort and reassurance. At the same time, Hollywood celebrities rushed to support Harris, confidently predicting an easy win. Maher argues that this constant praise created a false sense of momentum driven by applause, social media approval, and moral signaling rather than real voter support. When the election results came in, he says, reality hit much harder than celebrity endorsements ever could.
The country in the hands of these people. I'll vote for this guy who's crazy, but at least this kind of crazy, I can almost relate to him more.
You can't have movie stars and politicians that we know have hundreds of millions of dollars lecturing you. It's just the elitist thing that came out of all that, you know, the Democrats. It wasn't a positive thing. They are not going to do that in 2028. I'll bet they'll have regular people.
He's so thoughtful sometimes.
He's very smart about it.
Dana Carvey believes celebrities may be far more cautious before endorsing political candidates again, especially Democrats, after how badly the last wave of endorsements turned out. He says the results showed just how out of touch Hollywood activism has become with regular voters. Carvey argues that when celebrities lecture people about politics, it often feels disconnected and ineffective. In his view, wealthy entertainers living in insulated environments come across as elitist when they tell everyday Americans how to vote. This kind of messaging pushes working-class voters away, making them feel ignored, talked down to, or misunderstood. Rather than building trust, celebrity endorsements often increase resentment toward political elites. Carvey adds that voters aren't interested in advice from red carpets and private jets. They want leaders who understand rising costs, safety concerns, and daily struggles. Until celebrities accept that reality, he believes their political influence will keep shrinking.
I just got a Golden Globe nomination for the one I did.
Oh, really?
That's yesterday.
How often do you get nominated for your specials?
Nothing. I used to get nominated for everything, and then the wokeness came in, and then I was considered conservative. Which
are you bad?
Ridiculous. So I was what I call soft canceled.
Yeah.
Where you don't.
Well, I'm a Bill Clinton liberal. which is from the 90s, which is now called a Nazi.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
You're a white supremacist.
So this is the first time in a while I've been nominated for something.
Okay.
Which I think shows a little bit that we are coming out of the wokeness. I mean, I'm not going to win, and I'm probably not even going to go, but I take it as a victory that they were not able to ignore how good that special.
Maher reflects on what he describes as being quietly pushed aside after refusing to align himself with woke ideology. Before speaking out, his comedy specials frequently received award nominations and industry recognition. But once he began openly challenging progressive beliefs, those opportunities suddenly disappeared. Maher says he was never officially banned, but instead slowly ignored and sidelined. The message was clear to him: agree with the dominant views or be forgotten. For years, he watched other comedians avoid controversy while award season passed him by. Now, as public opinion shifts and the influence of woke culture weakens, Maher finds himself welcomed back. His recent Golden Globe nomination feels intentional rather than accidental. To him, it proves that Hollywood follows trends instead of principles. Maher deserves credit for staying firm, taking the backlash, and refusing to compromise when staying silent would have been easier.
One that the woke can watch and not throw up because I call their shit out and the fact that people are laughing shows that it's funny. When you do stupid things, it's funny, and the left did a lot more stupid things in the last 5 to 10 years. And I'm a comedian. I go where the gold is. And it's hitting the side of a barn to make fun of some of this shit.
It's too
easy.
easy.
If you think, I quoted like very esteemed publications like The Atlantic or saying things like, separating sports by sex doesn't make sense. Well, if that's not of course it does. If anybody can't do 5 minutes on that, or Mr. Beast, who was helping disabled people, and the Washington Post guy was tweeting like, he thinks disability is something that needs to be solved.
Over the past few years, Maher has faced non-stop criticism for his outspoken opposition to woke politics. Many expected the pressure to eventually force him to back down, but the opposite happened. Instead of retreating, he leaned in even harder. In his latest comedy special, he dedicates a large portion to criticizing the far left while others avoid the topic entirely. Maher understands how risky that approach is in an industry where careers can disappear quickly. Still, he continues to speak honestly, regardless of who it upsets. Meanwhile, many comedians chose safety, softened their jokes, or stayed silent to avoid backlash. Maher didn't. He refused to change his message or apologize for challenging popular narratives. Whether people agree with him or not, his willingness to stand alone in a hostile environment is clear. In today's comedy scene, that level of courage is becoming increasingly rare.
There's a podcast category at the Globes.
Oh, really?
No, you know what someone said? I thought they were kidding.
Oh,
I would think you...
did we get nominated?
No,
We're defending
wouldn't you have
champions.
known